What I've done since my mom drove me back to my dad's place around 9 p.m. is to start editing the July 12 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. As of now, I'm roughly 2/3 of the way done with editing that video project. And with that, I'm currently 10 my dinner video projects videos behind. As I recall finishing the editing for the July 11 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019 during the early morning and late morning hours after I fell asleep without planning to around 6:30 in the morning after I had a total of 4 red, white, and blue bomb pops over the course of about an hour and a half prior to that point, as I was editing the July 11 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019. I recall waking up naturally around 10:45 in the morning, and then around 11 in the morning, I had with a cup of plain coffee some scrambled eggs, both of which my mom prepared for me. I recall finishing the editing for the July 11 my dinner video project in Camtasia 2019 around 11:15 in the morning, giving me enough time to render that video project file and then check to make sure nothing was wrong with the audio and video of the rendered video project file, and that all of the annotations I put in that project were spelled and punctuated correctly and were grammatically correct. And starting the upload process of that video project file to my YouTube channel before my mom took me to the Steel Rail Revival Music Festival, with me and my mom leaving my mom's place around 12:30 p.m. and getting there around 1 p.m. I recall me and my mom were there until roughly 8:15 p.m. It was a nice summer day, hot enough that I sweated mildly throughout the whole time. Me and my mom were walking between the pub, restaurant, eateries that were hosting all of those different bands that were a part of the music festival. Compared to working on polystyrene drawing projects, using Sharpie markers, I'm not very into music festivals, but I still had an enjoyable experience. I enjoyed making a memory with my mom and having another active day this summer. The gentle breeze felt nice. I enjoyed walking around the village, crossing the bridge over the canal. I enjoyed listening to the bands, mostly playing covers, but also a few originals too. Though I only know that because the band said so. Me and my mom went to a total of 4 different pub, restaurant, eateries. And I enjoyed trying specialty cocktails. From each of those pub, restaurant, eateries. Ordering one for each visit. And then when what I ordered came, I sipped at it through a straw, a plastic straw, a straw. I recall most of those straws were made out of plastic, except for the one I was given. When I ordered a blackberry margarita, while me and my mom were at the last pub, restaurant, eatery, we visited during the music festival. The Iron Smoke Distillery, I recall, gave me a straw made out of paper and had a skull design on it. I recall me and my mom went there at the time that we did, as at that time at that time the band that would be playing there, one of their members used to be a friend and classmate of mine back when I was in elementary school, and it had been years since I saw him in person, but I had heard prior to today of him being in that band through casually opening the Facebook app on my phone every now and then. I don't really go on Facebook much these days. I'm much more into YouTube and congregate somewhat, though occasionally I'll get a Facebook notification on my phone that'll catch my interest. I enjoyed seeing in person that old friend of mine. Is now in a band. Seems to be pretty popular too in the local area. If I heard about it through Facebook months prior to today, and the Iron Smoke distillery seems to suit him pretty well. The lighting and decor reminded me of a Halloween party he invited me to years ago and that I attended back when I was in elementary school. At his place, though obviously what the Iron Smoke Distillery had wasn't as intense, as that eatery wasn't throwing a Halloween party. That's just how that eatery is decorated from day to day. The glass of whole milk I'm having currently is from a gallon. From a new gallon. That was the only thing I got when my mom stopped at her local Wegmans for a brief groceries shopping trip, having me go in with some money. As my mom was driving me from her place to my dad's place after having driven from where the steel rail revival music festival was. Back to her place. So I could pack up my laptop case. After finally publishing the July 11 My Dinner video project file to my YouTube channel, packing my laptop case with my laptop, the charger to my laptop, my computer mouse, and my current pair of wired headphones. I also picked up from my room a reusable Wegmans bag that had extra clothes. Both uniform clothes for when I'm working at Wegmans in the produce department, and personal clothes for when I'm not working at Wegmans in the produce department. My mom made the brief stop at her local Wegmans while driving me to my dad's place, as during a phone call to let my dad know I was on my way to his place, as my mom was driving, he informed me and her that he didn't have any milk at his place. It wasn't too hard for me and my mom to walk to the different pub, restaurant, eateries that we visited that were hosting bands for the Steel Rail Revival Music Festival. Me and my mom, the whole time we were there, and until we got to my dad's place so my dad could cut them off, as they were self-tightening, but they couldn't be loosened. Maybe they were also self-locking. But yeah, me and my mom were given these wristbands, as my mom got online all access tickets for me and her for the music festival. Mine was on my right wrist the whole time I was at the music festival. I recall each pub, restaurant, eatery, or stage of the music festival being within a mile or two of each other. What I'm having currently, I brought from my mom's place to my dad's place today. These are leftovers from Salvatore's that days prior to today I initially brought over from my dad's place to my mom's place, but I ended up not eating those leftovers, as my mom had other food at her place. And I only ended up getting them because my mom ended up reminding me of them after I had gotten back in the front passenger seat of her car. After putting my packed laptop case and that Wegmans reusable bag full of extra clothes into my mom's car. So I briefly went back in my mom's place and got this. From our refrigerator at the kitchen of my mom's place. Throughout today, it was sunny, partially cloudy. Though not with that many clouds in the sky. And I recall my mom used the GPS function of the Maps app on her phone to ensure we didn't get lost. As I recall, there were a couple points in which we ended up walking the wrong way for where we intended to go to next. We ended up going the wrong way for a little bit. But the GPS function, of the Maps app on her phone in those cases gave us the correct direction and allowed us to get there where we wanted to go to next, and also ensured at other points that we didn't go the wrong way. I recall also helping navigate a little by ensuring that we were headed in the right direction to follow the route the GPS function of the Maps app gave us. After setting our next destination for the music festival.